And y'all, happy Friday. I'm so excited to just say hey and have a little conversation around mindset. I have some notes because I had a couple things. I was like, I could talk about a couple of things around mindset, but sometimes I get off on a little tangent and can get a little long-winded. So I'm trying not to do that. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to take all day. So, okay, mindset. I'm so big on mindset. It really can make or break literally everything that you're doing. So on my Instagram earlier today, and I posted about my workout. But anyways, I posted about my workout, and it just kind of got me thinking because, so what year is it? 2023, 2021, was it? I can't remember. I think it was 2021. Like, I gained so much weight, y'all. But this has been my story, and this is what mindset comes down to. So, the stories that we're telling ourselves. So I'm gonna use my workout weight example, and then I'm gonna shift it into business. So bear with me, okay? But so all my life have struggled with my weight. I had this belief system that I could be a small person. I have been a small person. Actually, I think I'm gonna, this will be a YouTube video and we'll put some pictures up there, but I've been 120 pounds, I've been 200 pounds, and I'm 5'2.5", so I'm pretty short. And, growing up, I was a chunky little kid, and weight was always a thing with me, and my sister was always very thin. So even as a young child, I had this thought in my mind, I can't be small. I can't be this small person. So when I grew up, it started in middle school, really, trying to lose weight, right? Telling myself these stories where the only way I can be a certain size or feel a certain way is if I have to diet, right? Or I have to be on some crazy workout regimen, which I did. I worked out 6 days a week for 2-3 years, and your girl was tight. But as soon as I stopped working out, I gained all my weight back. I've done the keto diets, I've done everything. I can lose weight. That's the story I told myself. I can lose weight. But the story on the other hand was I can only keep it off, I can only maintain it if I'm on a crazy diet, if I'm working out, insane, like a crazy person, because that's what I was doing, y'all. And so all of this finally changed. I decided, and this came through mindset work, y'all, all mindset work. I decided that didn't have to be my story, because as I learned more and more about mindset, I realized that it is the stories that we are telling ourselves that dictates the results that we get. So it was, it was 2021. I had gained, I was 197. I remember, because I stepped on a scale and was like, yo, what the fuck? Why am I doing this again? Why am I here again? And so, I went to my regular thought where, you know what, I'm going to get on a diet. I'm going to go exercise. I'm going to do all these things. And then I was like, wait a minute, Amber. What I now know about mindset is that it's not the exterior things that we have to change in order to get the result. And that's what I had been doing. I want to lose weight. I'm going to go exercise. I'm going to change my diet. But the thing is, I didn't change me. So I was like, okay, I gotta do something different this time. And really, that's what it is. We have to do different things if we want to get different results. But with what I have learned about mindset and the power of change is that it actually begins within. So I had to change the story that I was telling myself. So instead of me thinking and telling myself the story, well, I can't lose weight unless I do this. I can't be a certain size unless I do this. But in actuality, it was, who am I choosing to be? So I made a vow to myself back in 2021. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do a diet. I'm not gonna exercise crazy. I'm gonna change who I am within. And I decided that I had to change that conversation. So what I did was I had to tell myself, I'm a healthy person. I am a fit person, regardless of, if I'm on a crazy diet, regardless of if I am exercising like a crazy person, And every time I had to make a decision, for example, I would go to the refrigerator. Before I opened the door, I would say to myself, my body takes care of me and I take care of my body. Because I was changing who I was as a person, the beliefs that I had about myself, which then in return, who I was being, I was able to make different decisions, different choices, which ultimately led to a result. So now here we are almost 2 years later, and I've lost 40 pounds, but I don't do anything crazy. I changed the story that I was telling myself so that I could actually become the person that I wanted to be. And how does this all relate to business, okay? A lot of times, all the time actually, we are telling ourselves stories in our business. I can't charge more because X. I can't do this until I do that. But really, all we're doing is sabotaging ourselves, because it's not about the exterior factors. It's not that you need more clients before you can raise your rates. It's not that you need to learn more skills before you can, get better clients. It's who are you showing up as? Who are you believing yourself to be? What stories are you telling yourself about what you're even capable of, right? No one's ever gonna pay me that much. If that's what you're telling yourself, hell no, they're not going to pay you, right? Be mindful, be conscious and aware of the things that you are thinking, because they are so powerful. And that is what is going to dictate the results that you get. So, prime example, we're a week and a half now. So not this past Monday, but the Monday before. A week and a half now, well, almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I launched this agency, right? Matchmaking agency for, brand new website designers, getting them the perfect fit leads. I just had a vision. I knew this was what I wanted to do. I knew this was what my next step was. And all these thoughts come up. But Amber, you don't know how to do this. And Amber, what about this? And I was getting all pulled into the details and the big picture and all of the reasons why I could not do the thing that I wanted to do. And I was like, wait a minute. If I have this vision, right? If I have this idea, I already have within me what it takes to make it work. I just have to let it come to me. And this is where the real message is, okay? Starting before you're ready. Because I launched this thing 2 weeks ago. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what steps I needed to take, but I figured, here's one step I can take. And because I took one step before I was ready, I didn't have everything figured out. I'm talking to people and I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm envisioning. This is what this is going to be. I know it is going to be this way. I'm still working through the details. And guess what? They are on board with me because they connect with the vision. And I didn't have to have everything figured out. I didn't have to have all the details, all the I's dotted and the T's crossed. That is self-sabotage. So if you, especially my designers, I can't raise my prices until I can't charge more, I can't get a better client, I can't until, we gotta stop that, we gotta crush that, we gotta change the story that we are telling ourselves, because it is creating the results. So if you are getting undesirable results in your business, I want you to take a step back and I want you to ask yourself, what stories are you telling yourself? Okay? What are you saying? What are the thoughts that are coming up when you want to take action? When you want to take action. Yeah, I want to do this, but what comes after the but? And then I want you to examine it, right? Is what you're telling yourself actually true, right? Because what I was thinking is, okay, I can't launch this agency until I know exactly what it's going to be, until exactly I have all the software set up, till I have all of this set up, till I know all the details. But here's the thing, when we wait, we're delaying our results, right? And we get in consumption mode, and it's like, all right, let me learn, let me reset, or let me research, let me find out the things. But then what happens is we consume, and then we get more confused. And we never take the first step. But action breeds clarity. When you take one step, things just start to fall into place. And that is the hardest part for people to do, to accept. Imperfect action. We're waiting for everything to be perfect, all the stars to align for us to do the damn thing. When in actuality, if you would just stop looking at all the things you have to do. Stop looking at the big picture. Yes, you need to have a big picture so you have some kind of direction of where you're trying to go. But if you're focused on, I got to get all the things in the big picture complete before I can start, you're never going to start, okay? Stop self-sabotaging. Yes, exactly. It happens. And then, okay, so can it happen when you first started? It also happens when you go to the next level, okay? It happens when you go to the next level, and where mindset really comes in is you are training your brain for success, training your brain how to think, how to deal with the self-sabotaging thoughts that are going to come up. Because here's the thing, our brain, its job is to keep us safe. That is the function. That is the number one job of your brain. It is not to make you happy. So when we have these thoughts, it's your brain putting red flags up. Amber, we don't know. That's scary. Oh my gosh, your brain wants you to stay safe. So even if you are in a painful ass situation right now that you don't want to be in, and you want to do something about it, your brain is going to stop you because it's comfortable. It is comfortable. It knows, even though you're in pain, you hate everything about your situation, your brain knows what's going on. It knows what to expect, and that is safe. Your brain's job is to keep you safe. So what we have to do is we have to say, hey brain, I got this, right? Like, shut the fuck up. I tell my brain that, right? Yes, my brain is smart, but also it is designed to keep me safe. So with every new level, with every new venture that you start out on, your brain is going to try to stop you. But you have to be able to know within you, God, universe, source, whoever you believe in, does not place a vision, a purpose on you without you having the steps to, like, the knowing to do it. It's self-trust. We don't trust ourselves. Our brain doesn't trust ourselves to do the things, and that's where sabotage comes in. So the message for today is to start before you are ready, because it is the imperfect action, the imperfect steps that you take that is actually going to bring the clarity, bring the answers that you're looking for. And here's the thing. I see a lot of people who they want to get, of course, like in a perfect world, yeah, we want our business to be perfect, our life to be perfect. But we start doing things, like we're thinking about the perfect scenario, right? And we're creating things based off of what we think we know. Right? We only know what we know, and you can only learn the things you don't know until you start taking action towards, right? So when you start taking action, you're going to get, like, your brain is now aware, okay? You're asking yourself good questions. You're asking yourself, well, how could I do this? Or what is the first step? Ask yourself, what's the first step that I need to take? And do that. Then ask yourself, what's the next step I need to take? And then do that. Because if we sit here, we try to create this perfect picture where we're doing things kind of behind the scenes, like we're not actually going out and getting clients or, whatever the case may be. We're trying to build this perfect thing, and then you build it, and then you put it out there, and it doesn't work the way you think it should, and that's because you didn't have all the insight. The insight comes from action. The answers come when you start doing. And that's also where the confidence comes in. We lack confidence because we don't know what's next. We're unsure, we're unclear. But once you start moving, once there's movement, once steps have been taken, it is inevitable that the answers are gonna come. So for example, with my agency, I didn't know everything that needed to happen. I had this big vision. I'm like, okay, what is one thing I can do that I know will get the ball running, right? So I'm like, okay, I know I need to be talking to designers. I know I need to be talking to leads. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of work. But, okay, let me tell you how I figured out the first step. So for me, I can't go just get leads without knowing who I need to be getting, right? Who are these perfect leads? First step, get the designers. Get the designers on board. Let them know how I can help them, right? What my vision is. And once I have the designers on board, they're going to tell me who they need as leads. So because I took one step, I'm now 5 steps further than I was. And if I had tried to figure that out on my own, literally in less than 2 weeks, I have so much clarity on what the fuck I need to be doing, what systems I need in place, what do I want this thing to be? Because as I'm signing people up, they're asking me questions, and I'm like, oh, that's a good question. I wouldn't have thought of that on my own. And that's where the action comes from, right? You gotta get out of your comfort zone. Your brain is trying to keep you safe. What is the first step? What is one thing that you can do today to get one step closer to where you're trying to go? You don't have to have it all figured out, and you don't need to have it all figured out. Your brain is trying to keep you safe. It's trying to keep you comfortable. It is trying to keep you exactly where you are right now. And something I've been doing, I reject this reality. Did you know you could do that? Did you know that you can reject your current reality and say, this is not what I accept. I deserve better than this. I am going to have better than this. And then you embody that feeling, what you accept, right? Because then you stop focusing on the shit that's not working. Because what you focus on, it amplifies, it multiplies. So if you're focused on, I'm not getting leads, I'm not getting sales, no one's gonna pay me this price, whatever, right? Whatever you are focusing on, you are going to get more of that. Okay, so I could have kept focusing on, I don't know how to do all the things. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure what I need to do. I'm not sure what software is best. I'm not sure. If I were to continue to focus on, I am not sure, I will never be sure. So instead, focus on one damn thing. One thing you can do that will then allow you to see things differently. That's going to allow you to ask different questions, because we don't know what we don't know. And once you take the first step, then you get a little clarity on what you don't know, right? People are going to start asking you questions based off of the way that you're showing up, okay? But you got to show up. If you're not ready, do it anyways. Do it scared. Do it afraid. Do it imperfect. That is what is going to get you to where you want to go. Sitting and thinking about things, not to say you shouldn't think about things, but the longer you think about things, the longer you let it marinate, the longer you try to perfect it, the farther you're gonna be from where you're trying to go. I want you to think about that. Like what are some goals that you've set? We're at a new year, like a whole year just passed. What goals did you have? Did you meet them? Why not? What excuses did you come up with as to why you can't do these things? We want to examine those. We want to look at the stories we're telling ourselves, because the stories that we tell ourselves is literally the belief system that we have. And whatever you believe to be true is true. If all leads are bad, all leads are bad. This goes like dating as well. If you think all men are bad and you want a man, well, you're never gonna find you a good man, because you believe there are no good men. What story are you telling yourself? Because it is dictating your results. Okay? If you want something to change, you have to there has to be change. There's no change without change. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, is literally the definition of insanity. Okay? So I hope this was helpful. Start before you're ready. Don't let your brain sabotage you, because it's just trying to keep you safe. It doesn't know what's on the other side of that first step. And that's scary as hell. But it really isn't that scary once you do it. The scary part is the unknown. But once you do it, it's known, and it's not scary anymore. And guess what? It's not going to kill you. The first step is not going to kill you. The second step is not going to kill you. But those are the stories we put in our head, like, oh my gosh, so we put so much pressure on ourselves, unneeded pressure. I have a post, actually. I did a whole post on your brain. Its job is to keep you safe. It is not to make you happy. Your brain is not meant to keep you happy. It is meant to keep you safe. Way back in the day when we had caveman time, right? Like, the brain was meant to keep you safe. Danger. Its job is to identify danger. And what is dangerous to the brain is unknown. The unknown is what is dangerous. And those thoughts are what's keeping us back, holding us back from where it is that we really want to be, where we're meant to go. You're meant to, if you have a vision, you have a dream, an idea, literally there's no way you could have come up with an idea if you weren't capable of doing the damn thing. But your brain shows up and is like, no. We're not going to do that because I don't know what's on the other side of it. But you are in control. You run your brain, and you have the ability to say, I reject that. And you have the ability to change what you believe, because when you change what you believe, you can change what results you get. All right, I hope this was helpful, y'all. Get started. Do the thing. You don't need X to do Y. You just need to take one step, and then you take another step, and then you take another step. The clarity comes once you take the steps. You don't have to have it all figured out. You shouldn't have it all figured out before you start going. If you have it all figured out before you started, then you started too late, okay? Because when you start before you're ready, you're gonna get to where you're trying to go so much faster. Literally in less than 2 weeks. I've done 3 months worth of work in 2 weeks. I've gotten 3 months worth of clarity in 2 weeks because I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. What's the worst that can happen? I find out I'm doing it the wrong way? Thank you, that's amazing, please. That's just gonna help me figure out how to do it the right way, okay? Stop standing in your way. You don't need a new strategy, you don't need none of that. Everything you need is within you. It's in your belief system. What do you believe is possible? What do you believe you can do? What do you believe you can't do? All of that is dictating where you're going, all right? I hope you have a great Friday. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please let me know. I'm gonna start doing more like mindset stuff because it's needed, y'all. Especially as I'm talking to so many business owners, so many designers. You don't need to do X before you do Y. It's holding you back, okay? So let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if there's anything else like you want me to talk about or anything that you're struggling with, a scenario. I'd love to go a little deeper into this and even more specific. Of course, I'll keep you anonymous, but I'd love to. Good, thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate your feedback. Yeah, you're in control. You are in control of your reality. You're in control of your results, and it all is dictated by what you're thinking. All right, I will see y'all on the next one. I hope you have a great weekend. That's why yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Take the first step. Do the first thing. Do it just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you're expecting perfection, you are setting yourself up for failure because guess what? Perfection doesn't exist, right? And something I tell my designers as well, my DTP students, like, you want it, like, if you're not showing up, if you're not talking about your business, if you're not doing the things all because I want it to be perfect, first of all, people don't resonate with perfection because it's unattainable. When you try to show up perfect and when you try to make people think that you got it all figured out and you're perfect, there's a disconnect because they're like, dang, how she got it figured out, right? There's a feeling like you're not a real person. Be real. Share shit. Show up when you don't know what the hell, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing what I think is best, and that's going to help me figure out what I actually need to be doing, what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing, all right? So, hope this was helpful, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye, guys.